Hi and welcome again. It's Margaret Seconet and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to just briefly touch on the 5 important areas of Feng Shui, specifically the internal Feng Shui of your home. Okay, so let's get started with the first important area, and that is the main door. This is the main entrance of the property. Okay, so it is important, and it's usually the area that's most used. Now it is important because it is the qi mouth or the energy mouth, meaning that this is where the qi from the external environment flows into the property or home. Now this is the primary entrance of the home or the property. Therefore, this area allows for either positive or negative qi to be received. So if there's positive qi, it can be received, and then if there's negative qi to be negated, we can also actually not having it enter the home as much as possible. Okay, so if the main door faces the right direction and is located at a good sector, this is where we can actually negate the negative qi. Now, it is important to identify and analyze the internal and external forms from both sides of the door, as this could show you if the main door is either favorable or otherwise. Okay, now what I mean here is there should be an open, spacious area just outside your door to accumulate qi. What do I mean here? Let's go to the next slide. What I mean here is the bright hall. I've actually touched this on other occasions, and I think I've actually mentioned this on my other video as well. So the bright hole is not really a hole in itself, but it's the condition of the internal and external environment just inside and outside of the main door. So both in and out should have a bright hole, which means what? Bright hole means that each of this area, the external area outside of the main door, should actually be free of any hindrance, and it should actually have a welcoming and wide space. There's nothing that's blocking it. There's no poison arrow blocking it as well. Likewise, it's the same thing in the internal side of the main door. So it has to also have a bright hole or a bright feature, devoid of any clutter, devoid of any hindrances for the qi to come in. As you can see here in these 2 pictures, the internal feature of this home have a very clear bright hall. I just want to get back to the other slide. As you can see here on this other video, on your slide, the main entrance, the outside feature of this of the main door. Now let me get my pen ready. Now if this main door has all these leaves or trees blocking it, then that would actually present negative qi, and that would actually not be considered a bright hall. Okay, so it has to have such a spacious area here. And same when you enter the door into the main entrance, there should be a space right here. Same with what you're seeing here. Okay. As you enter the door, there's a bright hole here. Okay, so what is the other areas that we have to consider? Okay, secondly would be the balcony. Now, if you're living in an apartment, this is pretty important. Balconies are considered the secondary qi mouth in regards to apartments and condominiums. So, for example, the apartments, the balcony is considered to be the secondary area, or where the energies, either positive or negative, will come into the property. And it is of course best located facing a favorable direction or landform. So now this would be similar to the main door, because we do also want to have a favorable direction or a landform when it comes to a main door of a house. And based on that, we will find out if the feng shui of the house is if the qi that's coming in is actually good or not. Okay, and so when getting a unit like an apartment or condominium, make sure to also check and see if the balcony is in a positive sector. Now, how to measure the facing direction of a balcony? Just stand at the balcony and face outwards. Okay. One little tip here is that you should never place spiky plants here, as they prevent good energy from flowing into your home. Plants should be vibrant and of vibrant color, as it actually encourages good flow of energy. Okay, so let's get on to the third important area of feng shui is your kitchen. As the saying goes, food is essential. Food is your form of life. It is essential to living. Therefore, we have to find a good area where we could actually prepare this essential factor into our life. Where if the kitchen is good, when we prepare our food, then it's actually good for us too. So as such, the place it is prepared should also be good. And good in what terms? Energy-wise. So it is vital to have nutritional food supplies for the same simple reason that it gives occupants the energy to function every day. Then therefore, the kitchen that is favorable should be one of our topmost priority. Okay, we should actually consider the feng shui flying star layout of the house and which sector would be the most appropriate sector for us to locate our kitchen. So when analyzing the kitchen, the main thing to look at are the location of the stove and the sink. Now, these are two important equipment, or the stove and the sink are two very, very important factors in a kitchen. So, and this is because the stove represents fire and the sink represents water. And if they are in unfavorable locations, there will be a fire and water clash, or what they call 水火相冲. Okay, so placing the sink and stove side by side would create that fire and water clash. Okay, so we should avoid doing this by not placing them opposite or adjacent to each other, or we can actually try to remediate it by placing an obstruction between them both if we encounter such a placement. Like in this slide that we see here, we have two photographs here. You can see on this particular slide here, you have the sink facing opposite the stove. So it is a direct fire and water clash. Okay. Now, the other thing that I have to also mention here is with regards to the kitchen stove. Usually, we do not like to just have the kitchen without a back support here. As you can see, there's no back support, and preferably not on an island, as you can see here. So this island is sort of an extension, but it still signifies no support for the stove. So if you have a stove, like let's say we reverse this picture, and if we have this stove in here instead of the sink, that would also be a no-no. Okay, so the clash is a no-no, but if you have an island stove, that's also a no-no. Okay, so there are some other things that you can see here. One of them is also the beams that you see here. We do not like to have the beams, overhead beams, in our important rooms. Okay, let's get going with the next important area in our home, and that is the bedroom. So a third of our lives is spent in the bedroom. We're either sleeping, resting, snoring. So that's making this area one of the most important parts of a property. So there are a few aspects to finding a good, favorable bedroom, and that is with regards to the position of the bed, the shape of the room, and additional features that are present in the room. Now, of course, the best advice is to place the bed head against a hard surface like the wall, as this would represent not only proper solid support, but also allow for a perfect balance between yin and yang in the space. So your bed should not be aligned to the door or underneath a decorative beam again, as we were just mentioning a while ago with regards to kitchen, as this brings in negative qi or sha qi or killing qi and will disrupt the occupant's rest or health. You should place your bed against a hard surface again, and by doing that, the yin and yang in this place, in this space, would be, we would allow for that balance of the yin and yang in the space. Okay. So another thing I would actually suggest is to avoid having too many bedrooms or choosing a room that has too many windows or doors. Okay, because then, well, one of the main result would be that you'll have a hard time finding a solid wall, because most of the walls will have either a door or a window. Okay, so let's get on to, yes, like this slide that I have here just shows you typical example. On this particular photo here, you will have a bed that is put onto a wall that has a door. So chances are the person sleeping in this bed would not really have a good night rest because of all the in and out. There's always this nagging psychological feeling that there's somebody probably peeking out from the door or something like that. Likewise, it's the same here on this other photograph, and this one has two features that this occupant or this the person who's sleeping in this has to worry about. It's like the bed is actually backing onto a window, and it's the same wall that also has a door. So it's like a double, but in a negative way. Okay, so if you have a room, chances are, if you have more windows and doors in a room, you'll find you have a hard time finding a solid wall to put your bed and to back up the headboard to. Okay, so let's get moving to other things. Yeah, again, the beams, and do not have beams above on the ceiling, and this applies to any of the important areas of the house, like the bedroom, like kitchen, and then like this one, it just create the sa qi energy coming down, pressing on you or on anybody just below that ceiling with all these overhead beams. Okay, now let's get on to the last area, and that's the study room or your home office. Your home office is a workspace where you spend a lot of time creating ideas, executing plans, planning your business, working on documents, doing your accounting, that type of thing. So it is important this room is located in a suitable sector with ideal environmental conditions, because the right placement can then enhance your productivity. So study room should be located in suitable sectors based on the flying star formula, okay, based on the annual and the permanent flying stars of your home, okay, and also according to what is suitable to the property as dictated by the outside environment or the environment inside the home, the environmental conditions. So the focal point of course of this study room is where you place your study desk or your office desk, as well as the direction it faces when you're sitting at this particular desk, and of course the direction is measured by where one faces when we're sitting, okay, such as do we sit facing our favorable direction? We talk about facing the command position. Now these are other factors to consider. I just did a video, or check out my other video and it's called the title of the video, I think, is Feng Shui Desk Direction, Avoiding the Negative Energies of the Year. So this is a video of trying to find the best desk direction for the year 2021 to 2022 to 2023 without too much hassle of moving your desk, okay? I like to simplify things. Okay, and so I prepared that video in order that I could share with you a template of what I do, in the hopes that it could actually be useful for you guys too. So and it's basically to show you how to position your desk, taking 2 afflictions for the year into consideration. So when we talk about finding a suitable sector for your study room, as well as the we are actually also making use of the formulas in Flying Stars, and that would actually be the annual Flying Stars that comes in every year, and together with its energies, and the permanent Flying Stars of your home. Okay, so these are the energies that are inherent in your home. It's like a birthday of your home, and the energies, the talent and skills, let's say, of a person. So it's similar to that, So anyway, I hope this have been, I hope you've been able to glean some important information from this brief video. I might want to go into more details on each of these 5 areas in the near future. So please, how do you call this? Subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get instant notification, when I come up with any of my future videos. Like my videos and subscribe to my channel. So I hope I'll see you again. And so this is Margaret. I'm saying bye bye for now, and hope to see you too.